Well, our next guest wanted to pass on her love of good cooking to her kids so that they would truly enjoy food and know exactly what they were eating. Now, over the course of a year, Emily Franklin introduced her 4 children to all types of dishes. Her cookbook, or rather her book, is Too Many Cooks, Kitchen Adventures with One Mom, 4 Kids, and 102 New Recipes. And is a happy mix of recipes, memories, and good storytelling. Emily, welcome back. We were talking to you in the open of the show.
Yes.
And your book is really a memoir slash cookbook.
Yes, well, there's stories and delicious recipes. People need to be entertained while they're cooking, or at least I do in the kitchen. So this book combines sort of the picky eater, the family food fun recipes and stories.
Because you said you have one really picky kid, right? One who won't eat much?
Poor Daniel. He doesn't tend to like to try new things. So part of the goal in this book was to try and get everybody in the family excited about trying new dishes, everything from coconut shrimp to grilled chocolate sandwiches, not so bad, and homemade granola.
And they are your little tasters, is that correct?
They are. They are my tasters, my tuggers on my apron, all sorts of different things in the kitchen.
I like that. Now, what are you going to be teaching us to make today?
Well, this is a very simple, very flexible recipe, as most of the recipes are in the book, for homemade granola, which you can serve for breakfast with some yogurt or with some milk if you're more of a milk drinker. I actually love to do it as a hot summer dinner to make parfait. So I'll take a tall glass, I'll layer the granola with Greek yogurt or vanilla yogurt, and then do some fresh fruit and more granola, crunchy, creamy.
You are my kind of chef. I love this. Okay, so let's walk through the ingredients that you brought today, because these are things that anyone can pick up anywhere.
Yes, I mean, that's the point of a family cookbook, really, is to be able to find ingredients that are healthy and interesting, put them together last minute. This takes all of 10 minutes to prepare, and also to be able to be flexible. If you like nuts, add some almonds. If you are a coconut person, toast some up and add that in.
I like this. So what do we have here? Apricots.
We have some dried apricots, and we have some golden raisins.
Okay.
And then we have very bright and colorful dried cranberries. You could use dried cherries if you prefer.
And then what are we looking at here? We're going to use regular, what is it, dried granola or oats?
This is rolled oats. You want to just get regular. You could use Quaker or from the bulk bins at your natural food store. This is rolled oats, but you want to make sure that it's the old-fashioned kind, not the quick cook kind. The quick cook kind has had a lot of the fiber stripped from it, so it breaks up and it gets a little fluffy. And
we don't like that.
We like crunchy.
All right,
and this is grape nuts, also known as bran buds.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I like that for a little extra crunch.
Yeah, very crunchy and high fiber.
Okay.
Very
Can't leave out the fiber.
No.
So where do I begin? What should I do first?
So why don't you dump all of the dry ingredients into here.
Now, is there a certain quantity we should be using?
Well, yes. I mean, I pre-measured these. So this is about 4 to 5 cups of the rolled oats and about 3 cups of the bran buds. Wow. If you are adding nuts or other crunchy things, you can play around with the proportions. And you're just going to toss that together.
Okay.
Good job. I'm impressed with your lack of spilling. I tend to wear everything that I cook. My grandmother used to say you look good in everything you eat. All right, that's terrific.
With me.
All right, and then if you just sort of leave that aside for a moment, you can do your wet ingredients. So we have some... Here we have some vanilla extract.
Okay, how much of this?
This is about 2 teaspoons.
Okay, perfect.
And then with this, you're going to pre-measure the oil first. I always do the oil first because everything else will slip out easily. So you're going to do about 3/4 of a cup.
Okay.
And if you're a little bit over, a little bit under, it's a very forgiving recipe.
Okay, that's good.
My husband always says that the recipes in here are very difficult to mess up. So.
Okay, and we want it nice and level.
All right.
Okay,
excellent job. Very good.
Okay.
Then dump that in.
All
and
right.
because you've done the oil first, when you do the honey, which is our sweetener, it'll slip right out. It's a little cooking tip.
Ah, look at there. Okay, so how much honey do you want?
Actually, just because we're going to use a lot, you can undo the whole top and do the same amount of honey. So 3/4 of a cup of oil, 3/4 of a cup of honey.
Okay.
And in terms of the kind of oil, if you want to be heart healthy and you want to use olive oil, you can go ahead and do that. It tastes delicious. So pour it right in here.
Pour that in there.
Yeah.
This is fairly easy. What you're doing is you're saying get the kids in the kitchen with you and have
How
some fun
easy
with
is this? It's, you're not going to be messed up by having 1 or 2 extra teaspoons. Have your 3-year-old pour some in. Have your 5-year-old mix. Okay. Have your 8-year-old direct everybody around. That's what my 8-year-old likes to do.
Okay, so now
you could heat it up here, or you could heat it up in a microwave.
Okay.
Which we can do if you'd like, or in the interest of TV time,
Emily knows everybody.
Yes, we can pour it on the wet ingredients.
Okay.
So we'll take that back.
Okay.
And just dump the whole thing in. Make sure to get all of the honey, which is sort of stuck at the bottom there.
Okay, perfect.
Excellent stuff.
I like that.
If you wanted to do an Asian twist, you could do sesame oil and sesame seeds and sprinkle them in. And we're going to toss that around so it's fairly evenly coated.
Okay, perfect.
Keep going.
This looks good already.
Tends to get stuck at the bottom, so you want to give it a nice lift.
Okay.
And mix it all around. And when you feel like it's good and coated,
okay.
I have set up a pan over here.
And we're going to put it on there?
A sheet of parchment. Yes, you can put it right on there, and you're going to dump it out. Try and make one nice even layer. You can just dump a big heap and then spread it out.
Okay, dump a big old heap and then spread it nice.
You are doing a great job.
Well, thank you, Emily. Spoken like a true mom. I love it. So about a minute or so left. Now, what should we do now, Emily?
So now we're going to stick it in a 300-degree oven for about 20 minutes. At some point, if you aren't too busy doing homework with your kids or testing them on spelling or feeding a dog, whatever you happen to be doing, you go in and you just give it a quick toss on the sheet in the oven because you want it crunchy all around. But here is the thing. When you put it in the oven for about 20 minutes, you're going to pull it out. Or if you're like me and you need to get on with your day, I just turn the oven off and I leave it in there for the rest of the day. It's fine. It will look not crunchy. Don't panic.
Okay.
It crunches when it cools down. And as soon as it cools down, that's when you add your dried fruit or your toasted coconut or your nuts. And then you get...
Can we show that? This is nice because it's ready to go. Again,
this is ready to go. Exactly. I keep this in the kitchen, and then when I do housewarming gifts, I make a smaller version tied with a bow in a canning jar. And
well, all my News 8 family members know exactly what they're getting for the holidays. Thank you so much, Emily.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, everybody, if you want to buy this book or you want more on Emily's book, here it is, right there for you. And if you missed any of the information or the recipe, go to WTNH.com, click on Connecticut Style, and we'll certainly have the link there for you. Once again, everybody, Emily, we certainly thank you so much for dropping by.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Well, coming up next.